So I used to be obsessed with Goggins. There's a lot of people obsessed with Goggins for good reason. He's extraordinarily interesting, and he provides a truth that is extremely powerful if it's not something that you've already come to understand. He sort of is the best teacher for me. I think he's, in terms of solar plexus stuff in the spiritual concept, discipline, um, willpower, coming to understand that you can do more than your mind thinks you can do if you're willing to push yourself a bit. And that's really the foundation of confidence. That's where confidence starts to come, is once you come to understand, oh, wow, I'm more capable than I realized. And I think he probably is going to resonate with men more than women on average, but his message is powerful if you let it be what it is. I read his first book, Can't Hurt Me, probably 15 times cover to cover, which is, I don't think I've read any other book more than twice. And I kept reading it, one, because it kind of was giving me motivation to build that in myself at the time. It's a good motivational tool, which he has his own speaking about motivation that's real important. And another is, sorry, should I answer this? Hello? Yes. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not there. Correct. Yeah, I'm not living in Nashville currently, so just the door code and just check out what you need to see, and then if you would just lock the door back when you're done. All right. When you heading over there? Okay. All right, man. Thank you. I'll stay posted. Bye. Sorry, the HVAC guy fixing my place. Goggins. Hold on one sec. Yeah. So the thing about Goggins is he's been the best teacher I've ever come across to master solar plexus stuff. But the issue with him is he's so powerful, and I don't know if, enlightened in the terms of cosmic consciousness, whatever type of enlightenment you want to say. Is he enlightened in that way? I don't know about that, but I do think he is very close to living the purpose that he was meant to live. He's doing this in a particular way. He's choosing this one tool over and over and over and over. He's not trying to find beyond that. He's trying to demonstrate what's possible just with this one tool alone, of acknowledging the truth that you can do more than you could yesterday, that you need to push yourself a little bit to learn what's actually possible for you. He's meant to demonstrate that to the world. That's one tool. That's not the whole toolbox. But the issue with that is, if you try to emulate his relationship with that, that's not necessarily your path. Maybe it was your path to come across Goggins and learn this truth, but your path is not his path. His path is to only use a hammer and chisel out the most extraordinary sculptures the world's ever seen. It might take him 50 years, but he's only using this hammer. He's not using the power tool. He's not doing anything else. So he's there to demonstrate just with a hammer what's possible, which really should start to broaden your horizons as what else is possible. So the issue with him is that if you think there's a little bit of this complex with him of the I'm not enough unless I do XYZ. on a given day that comes with that. That I am enough because I do these things, but if I don't do them, I'm not enough. And the issue with that is that we are inherently enough. It sounds like I'm trying to be cute, but it is a truth that is almost like a mathematical truth. This isn't like cute language. It's just factual. And I'm not going to get into that, but if you roll with me as just a general assumption, if you assume that this is fundamentally true, that you were born enough, I was born with white skin. That's just something I was born with. But imagine I never knew what color my skin was, or like it was like, imagine I just didn't know. That's like the level of this, that it's like that you are inherently enough. This could be something that is true that you just don't know. There's lots of stuff about us that we just don't know, and that's kind of what spirituality is coming to know more. Kind of having that yearning to come to know more. So if you roll with me and assume that that's fundamentally true, that you are inherently enough, then some of this logic, the Goggins logic, goes out the window a little bit. And not the logic, but just the underlying, what's your motive? Why are you doing this? What's the foundation of you doing this? What truth are you satisfying that you think is true that wants you to expend your energy this way, that makes you want to do that? And it's like, yeah. And so it makes you, and then the other issue with the Goggins thing, I think that is great for him because he's doing what he's supposed to do, but not great for the average person is this idea of, he calls it callousing your mind, which is an excellent way to say it. But think about a callus. I actually have calluses on my hands on here. When you get a callus, it does offer protection in some sense, but you lose sensitivity. Callousing makes you lose sensitivity. And so there's a trade-off by callousing your mind, because being sensitive is really an interesting, it makes life more colorful. It makes it more interesting. You sense your best when you're relaxed, when there's nothing you need to be doing. And you just sense. It's a beautiful part of life, and it can allow you to harness more subtle energy. I'm using that very broadly. Or just the power of intention, of subtle intention, to be able to tap into this, doing more with less, basically. Yeah, so I think the callousing your mind thing that is fundamentally Goggins, you don't want to lose sensitivity. So those are the two big things that I've come, since my love for Goggins, that I've come to understand are a little limited or could be slippery with his approach, is just that you are inherently enough, which is a big deal once you come to know that. You can't come to know it by me telling you it. You might believe it by me telling you it, but you have to come to know it. It's a difference. That and the sensitivity thing. Use him as a stepping stone. If you want to find more, use him as a stepping stone and find more and see what happens.